All right, I'm gonna go ahead and call the meeting to order, right at 5:30 on the nose. 2.1, approval of the agenda.
So moved.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 3.1, got a list of minutes there. You should have had them, over the weekend, should have had a chance to read them. Any additions, corrections?
I move we accept the minutes as written.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, 4.1, discussion, no action, Washington Elementary School update. You got a bunch of attachments. Dr. Cheeseman.
To give the board an update, tomorrow is the actual bid opening, 3 p.m. at 321 Small Road in Washington, which is the Board of Education office and the conference room. Again, 3 o'clock tomorrow is the bid opening. Jimmy Height will be there with his team to do so. Also provided for you are just some of the simple things that go along in building a school, but I thought you may be of interest, being that the Eastern Elementary and John Cotton Taylor have been where they are for so long. But you'll see a study done by NC State University working with Mr. Stokes. It's a letter to Mr. Stokes letting him know that, in fact, there are no legacy trees there, meaning that the trees were actually on site before the school was ever built. And you'll actually find that in the sampling, they found that some of the trees, whether you build a school or not, do need to be taken down for that matter. So you're in good shape there. You'll also find in that document 2 specific letters from North Carolina Department of Natural and Cultural Resources. You'll find that the letters are separate, but in both circumstances, John Cotton Taylor Elementary School and Eastern Elementary School are not listed on the National Register of Historic Places, so therefore is not subject to review and comment, which puts you in good standing, which means that you can definitely move forward. And we didn't think they were, but always good to find out. Rather find out before than building a building. So to that, we're in a good position right now. And City Manager Jonathan Russell has confirmed for me that their attorneys right now are working to finalize land transfer to us. So we expect that shortly. So all good news in that regard.
Any more questions for Dr. Cheeseman?
When will we see the bids at the 26th meeting?
Oh, yes, sir. You as a board
Yep.
have to make a final decision with the architect. And just depending on what Mr. Height's advice is, he may ask you to have a special call meeting to get it moving sooner. But that will all be made available to the public tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
Any more questions? All right, we're moving right along. 4.2, policy revisions. You got 2 attachments. Dr. Cheeseman.
So I want to thank our finance team for looking at our policy. So if you look at policy 7430 with substitute teachers, if you look at line item number 4, item number 5, and number 8, these are all processes that we currently do not engage in. So we're just asking you to remove them from the policy so people are not confused. For example, we use an external substitute finder for us, so therefore we don't talk about our own payroll procedure. Also, number 5, principals shall select substitutes from the official substitute register. Again, the substitute company actually does all that work for us. So we're asking for your consideration to remove number 4, 5, and 8. And also, if you look at policy number 7620, which is payroll, number 13 specifically, a 12-month pay option for 10 and 11-month employees, that's no longer in the general statute. So we're asking for you to take that out. So with that, this can be the first read unless you choose to waive first read and move with those right now, but I'll entertain any questions, and our team can entertain any questions about those. These are just cleanup modes.
Yeah, just on the substitute,
Yeah.
I know on the substitutes we use, is it ESS? Yeah. What's our contract run? A couple more years? I mean, not that it's important. I'm just curious that we stay in. It seems to be working okay for us.
Working really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, every principal I've heard is.
Yeah.
the best thing
So I
ever.
just want to make sure we still got time to keep it going.
Yes, it's, initially, I believe, was for 4 years with the option to automatically renew unless,
Okay.
and we always have the 30-day out clause if we ever
Yeah.
wanted out of it.
Okay. No, don't want out of it. Just checking. All right. 4 years.
And we still have the ability to ask for the removal of a name correct?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
I want to make sure the public knows that we have that. We still retain that power, even though they're paying them and they're getting the list together, but we still can say, we don't want Mark Doan on that list.
I agree, I do not want Mark Doan on the sub-list. They, not only, we get first approval when they hire new folks, and then
Right.
so we always see the list before anybody's hired, and then after folks are hired, if we have an issue, then we can remove them.
That's what I thought. I
And
just
they've
want to
been
make
very
sure.
responsive in the few circumstances we have had, and they've been very prompt on that.
Right. I was made aware of a couple of times where they acted very swiftly and
Yeah.
those substitutes were removed, so.
Mr. Hodges?
Mr. Chair, it sounds like and it looks like it's just like someone already said, it's
not
just
gonna
cleaning
change.
it up. I don't see no need to have a second reading. I waived the first reading, let's go ahead and vote on it.
I'll second that if that's a
Got a motion and a second to waive first reading, go ahead and vote.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Need somebody make the motion to approve it?
I move that we accept.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, done.
Thank you.
All right, 5.1, Ms. Hamel, come to the door, to the stage. CTE grant monetization partial approval. Y'all have an attachment, and Ms. Hamel has the floor when she arrives.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you?
So, in the past meetings, we have discussed the grant that was awarded for the ICEV platform, which is the computer program that our teachers can use for lesson plans, PowerPoint presentations, student activities, that type of thing. Tonight, I'm simply asking for your approval for the purchase using those grant funds. The purchase totals $97,252.50 before taxes. With taxes, it totals $103,817.04, which falls within our grant allotment. So this is simply an ask for approval to spend this money because it is over $90,000. It requires your board approval.
Anybody got any questions for Ms. Hamel?
I move approval.
Excuse me, just a
Go
minute.
ahead.
Do you have any data on the utilization of the models or how they're used in the schools and all such as that? Do you have any, how many hits you get on these things?
Absolutely. At this time, we have been using ICEV, which is the platform, in family and consumer science since COVID, and we've been using it in vet assisting with great success. All of our vet assisting students that have used the ICEV program for certification have passed the certification.
Good.
Got a motion and a second on the floor. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right.
And Vicki, before you leave, a few weeks ago, I made the comment when principals were doing their presentations about Nutrien wanting to get involved. Especially at Southside and possibly Snowden, with some career path opportunities, and some of them may actually come through the CTE courses that you offer. So I just wanted to give you a heads up and let the rest of the board know. I did follow up on that. In fact, I talked with Ray McKeithen today again, and he's going to contact the principals. But I'm not sure what those courses would be because Nutrien employs so many different types of employees, some only requiring a GED or a high school diploma, while others may require some certifications. And I told him that as far as certifications go, that would probably come through you, correctly? That's what I thought. So I just wanted to let her know that that's
Thank
going
you.
to come at you.
Thank you. Mr. Stokes, you're up. 5.2, Northside High School paving project. Board, you have an attachment. 2 bids. Mr. Stokes.
I see in front of you 2 bids this is to repave the 2 entry lanes going into the circle at Northside High School,
Okay.
up to the circle. And we're also gonna repair 2 holes just outside of the circle at the same time, completely remove, regrade, redo the subgrade, put 2 inches of asphalt back on top of it. And talking with the principal, we are at this time not going to put parking speed bumps down. I'm not a big fan of the asphalt speed bumps. If needed, we'll go with the rubberized speed bumps at a later date if we need them. But right now, we're not going to put them back, but if we need them, we will put them back.
Okay.
And I'm recommending Dudley Landscaping for this job.
All right.
It's quite a difference in the two prices.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
Yeah.
Is there something that Dudley is not, I mean, I looked over it, but I didn't, obviously the proposal by B.E. Singleton looks a lot more professional, but we're not deciding based on how it looks, but is there something Dudley is not doing?
Now, if you remember back when we had our problem with the asphalt at the track at Washington High School, Dudley and this crew are the ones that come back and dug that out and refinished it. And the asphalt company that he used actually finished asphalting the entire track. And they did a better job than the company that originally did it from Raleigh.
It does look really good, by the way.
And there's mobilization and extra demo cost that's added in here that Dudley just hasn't added in. And that's your difference in your price, basically.
Okay.
They buy their asphalt from the same place.
Yeah, I would think so.
So-
I was not surprised.
I see on our sheet, I don't know where you can see, there's two options.
Mhm.
Are you okay with option one, which is 2 inches? You sure, I mean, is that gonna work?
I'm going with the option 3.
You
Yeah.
want-
Yeah, I want to
3 inch, I
go,
think.
I'm sorry about that. I
Okay,
want to
all
go with
right, so you
option
did
3.
go, okay.
Yes.
Because I was thinking the first one, I didn't really
That-
want.
yeah,
I didn't
that's
want to
what
go
will
with
hold
that,
up.
so you're
Yeah.
actually going with
He's gonna put
option-
3 inches in.
Yeah, actually,
Okay.
standard is the 1.5 inches is what they
Right.
recommended, but there's a lot of traffic through there, activity buses coming there from time to time. We're going to do it, let's do it right.
Yeah, I agree,
Yeah,
I
it's still
agree.
a savings.
Yeah,
Yep.
and this will also elevate it up and help the water leach away from the asphalt.
Yeah, no.
Get a motion to approve?
Is there any data on what expected lifespan of anything like this?
I don't know that interest has done anything since that school was built in 1993 or 2.
The Circle Drive, somebody said the Circle Drive had been repaired.
I know the
replaced,
interest had not.
But the entrance is original to the school. I believe.
Cause them
I know.
speed bumps have been there and
Yeah.
I've fussed them for 4 years, so.
Because I was sitting here thinking, we're not doing this a moment too soon.
No.
Not a
I
minute
think
too
you got
soon.
your money's worth out of that.
Yeah.
So,
So they're gonna dig this out and
yes, they're
put
gonna,
it laid new base and,
yes, they're gonna
bring
cut
the
the
whole thing
existing
up.
asphalt out. They're gonna grade and repack the sub base, which they're gonna add more sub base to it, repack it, and then put the asphalt back on top of that.
How long of a process is that?
It's gonna take, we're gonna have to shut it down for about a week. Tentative schedule is trying to get it done over the Christmas break if possible,
If the
weather permitting.
Yeah. Okay. You got a motion?
I haven't got a motion yet.
I move that we go with Mr. Stokes' recommendation on option 2, which is the 3-inch for $45,000.
Second.
Second, got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. All opposed?
Thank you.
Well, that wasn't hard.
Hey, Vicky, and I need Vicky, sorry. Did we miss one?
I'm sorry, I'm asking Ms. Hamel to come back up as there was 2 parts to hers and we said thank you to her before she was finished.
I apologize.
That's okay.
Rush you out.
My apologies.
But I come bearing good news. 4 years ago, when I began as CTE director, I spoke with Lisa Lassiter at ECU Health about the possibility of having a health sciences academy in Beaufort County Schools. And she said, "You don't have the funding." And I said, "Okay, great, we'll revisit it when we can." Well, recently she tried to reach out to Dr. Cheeseman, and he didn't respond quickly enough for her satisfaction, so she reached out to me and said, "Hey, I've been trying to get in touch with Dr. Cheeseman for the last couple of days." And I said, "Well, he's swamped right now. What can I do to help?" And she said, "Well, who do I need to talk to about the Health Sciences Academy possibility in Beaufort County?" And I said, "I'm your girl." So we had the conversation. I had the conversation with Dr. Cheeseman, and he said, "Yes, go ahead with the conversation." So with his blessing, I have pursued this with her. Lisa Lassiter has secured the funding for Beaufort County Schools to have a Health Sciences Academy beginning in the fall of next year.
Awesome.
That would mean, That would mean that our 8th grade through 10th grade students could apply to be part of the Health Sciences Academy. And what the Health Sciences Academy is a pathway for students to get into the health sciences, whether it's medical lab, whether it's the medical assisting, practical nurse, or an RN. And it gives them a leg up when it comes to their admission into colleges and universities. And it holds them to a higher level of expectation. They have to have a 3.0 GPA. They have to do a minimum of 25 hours of volunteer work per year. And it opens them up for scholarships and other opportunities. They also have to have a clean discipline record. So not only do they take the health science courses that are offered through career and technical education, but they're encouraged to take higher level math and science classes as well. There will be 6 total classes that they have to complete from a variety of different sources. And this will include our 3 comprehensive high schools and our early college as well. So we have prepared, and I would like to share with you our proposed logo. And our motto for that is Healthcare Career Builders.
Cool.
That's
Awesome
what-
stuff.
yeah.
So you said something about 8th grade.
Yes, they would apply in 8th grade to be part of the Health Sciences Academy, and their classes would actually begin in 9th grade.
At whatever high school they.
Right.
So my request would be, because we have the year, or partial
You got
year,
half a year.
Yeah.
is to, is to get as much information out as possible. I don't know if that comes through you, or if it comes through you,
Comes through
Norris,
me.
about how they need to be prepared to meet that criteria. Not wait until 8th grade to get their house in order. They need to have their house in order prior to the application.
So
So
with-
as transparent as you can be, answer any questions, give them guidance as to, at each middle school, as to what they need to do. Because I want as many students to have access to it, but they have to get their house in order.
So Lisa Lassiter has requested that we move on this as quickly as possible so that we can have someone in place by January or February at the latest. We have already prepared a job description for the Health Sciences Academy coordinator. The salary will be paid for by ECU Health through reimbursement. So we will bill them at the end of the fiscal year for that. They will also supply us with $25,000 of supply money, which will allow us to create brochures and handouts, applications, and information to share with parents and students. We have a podcast scheduled already, pending your approval of this academy. Andrea and I plan to do, I think it's the 2nd podcast you've planned, to get information out to parents through that as well.
So you need approval tonight.
We need approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. There you
I
go.
know Southside has a career fair next Friday, the 22nd.
Yes.
Anything to get
That
the
may
kids
be
in the
too
workforce.
soon, but the sooner you
How
move
can you
on
say
it,
no to that?
we got you.
Okay, well, as soon as I give this job description to Mr. Doan over there, I'm sure he'll take care of it.
It's all on you, Mark.
Excellent.
Mark,
No pressure.
no
Yeah.
pressure. It's on you.
He didn't even
It
move.
is on you.
I mean, after all, you're not going on the substitute list. You can at least
Exactly.
do
I'm
that.
actually subbing tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'll get to it next day.
Mr. Williams?
We're already to that point.
Yes, sir.
In the meeting.
Yeah.
Then I move that we go into closed session pursuant to General Statutes 143, 318, 11A. 1, to prevent disclosure of confidential personnel files under GS 115C-321.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? All right, very close.